Yeah, well, I thought it would be nice to start with animal spirit, and they didn't even let me shuffle. Buffalo, lamb, and nightingale. Earth, earth, and air. There's electricity in the buffalo. For some reason, it makes me think about Nikola Tesla. Free electricity, free energy. You're into those things. If you don't know Nikola Tesla, then you should definitely do your web search. You'd love him. You want to say something to the world. You want to teach something to the world. It's about something that you thought you're just either wrong or making too much of it, or no way you can be right about it. Like you kind of belittled yourself, but now you're realizing that you were right. And you want to tell people that. Let's leave them on the table and move to the tarot and see what else will come up. I'm working with the Steampunk Tarot. Steampunk Tarot. Aquarius and Aquarius placements for my seekers. Show me for November. November, I already told my patron is the month of the conspiracy theories becoming conspiracy facts, proven, coming out to the surface, whistleblowers, things you can't deny. It's the most pivotal moment of the shift and of the earth split. Boy, you're gonna love it. Eight of Wands, okay. Eight of Pentacles and Temperance. You have an integral part of this shift, of this process. Whether you know it or not, you're guiding it. If by action, if you're like a leader or a whistleblower or someone in a key position to do so, or if it's just by your energy and mastering of, light and shadow work. You have Saturn and Jupiter and Aquarius in your sign. That's how wisdom is expanded through your energy. That's how new laws are being written. So you're under your energy, through your energy. And given that so much of the focus is on Taurus, the Earth, planet, countries, global affairs, finances, nature, food, agriculture. It is all streamed toward these things through your energy, through your wisdom. And so the things that you felt and knew for years, going back to the animal spirits, the buffalo, the lamb, and the nightingale, now you're seeing it unfold. And you're like, told you, bitches. Four of Cups, you doubted me, I doubted myself, I doubted myself, I sabotaged myself, I sabotaged myself, I hurt myself, because you didn't see what I saw. That's not fair. No, it's not. Page of Pentacles and the High Priestess. When the esoteric knowledge becomes scientific, the science community runs to declare that it has made a discovery. It's not that it was wrong this entire time by mocking ancient wisdom. No, it's just it was quiet about it, and now it discovered. There's a phrase that says, "Haratzachta v'gam yarashta" in Hebrew. Did you murder and then you inherited? So you killed witches and indigenous people with disrespect and belittling and mockery, and now you inherit their wisdom, aka take credit for it? Gee, aren't you a hoot? So that's how many organizations are going to try to avoid saying that they were wrong, or that they missed out on something, or that they didn't see something. They'd be like, oh, no, we just discovered it. It's not like they've taken part in hiding it. They took part in hiding it. Now it's exposed. Now they're like, oh, no, we didn't hide it. We were looking for it, and we're actually the ones who discovered it. So that whistleblower, no, he just beat us to it. We were about to publish it. King of Swords, Page of Wands, Nine of Swords. Okay, well, Morgane, how does all of that affect me? You're talking about global affairs. What about my life? I'm sorry, are you not an Aquarius? Global affairs are your life. You are so much affected by world affairs, politics, major shifts in society, in politics, in finances, and currencies. You are directly connected. It directly affects you. Everything that I'm saying globally, you can apply to your life. A, because you're so connected and inherently linked to these things. And because you care. I'm not being sarcastic, you care. When you watch the news, you take it with you. It becomes like it trickles into your veins, right? So what happens somewhere else in a different country to other people's, it's like it's happening to you. So by telling you what's happening in the world, love, I'm telling you what's happening with you. And if you're going to try to deny and be like, no, I'm just going to disconnect from all of that. Then you're going to disconnect from yourself. You're not going to feel anything. You close the door in the world, you close the door on yourself. That's Aquarius energy. You came here with open doors for the world. Sucks ass. Uncomfortable, I know. But once you own up to it, you start leading. And that's where we need you, Aquarians, in leadership positions. King of Swords, Page of Wands, Nine of Swords. Honestly, you're not so happy about being right. You didn't want to be right about all of this. This sucks. Nasty stuff to find out. When you told someone you care about, when you advised a good friend about something that you're picking up on that you think isn't right, they didn't listen to you because it wasn't surface level. And you were right, and they got stung. So they got stung, and it sucks. And you were right, so you still care, and you're like, I wish I wasn't right. But I told you so. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, Morgane, so how do I survive this world? If everything that happens to the world happens to me and I feel it and I can't detach from it, how am I going to go about my daily affairs? This is a lot to deal with. You're right. Which is why you're going to observe and know the pains of the world from a scholar perspective. And you're going to channel your emotional realm into your close environment. I know, easier said than done. But you got to find a way to emotionally close the door on the world and stay cognitively open while still emotionally open to your inner circles. Does that make sense? Because it's very easy to like, okay, I'm closing the door on the bigger cycles, automatically the door closes on the smaller cycles. I get that it's a challenge, I understand, but that's what you got to do. To not be affected by the upright Five of Pentacles, by the miseries of the world. Don't take it with you to bed. So don't watch the news an hour before you go to sleep, for example. Or every time you see something challenging or learn about something challenging, actively seek for the helpers. There's a phrase, I don't know who I'm quoting. Look for the helpers. I'm quoting someone. Actively look for something good that is being done, either within the circumstances that you're learning about, the difficult ones, or in different circumstances. Justice in the bottom of the deck. Show me more, please, for Aqua for November. Ten of Cups, Nine of Wands. Someone is peeking outside of their nest. Perfect Brady Bunch, loving family. They're peeking outside. They are very worried about someone that they care about, and they and they're trying to keep like the appearance of, you know, them being totally involved in the relationship and completely immersed in it, but they're very much nearly obsessed with what's happening with someone else. Also, I'm seeing someone who's constantly on the lookout, regardless of what's happening in the world, in a way that can affect them, their life. Meaning, okay, should we prep for food shortage? Right? Should we get a lot of like food cans and stuff like that? Should we prep for the very high gas prices? Should we prep for this? Should we prep for that? Here's the thing. Just because I'm paranoid doesn't mean no one is chasing me. It's also a quote. You can be both paranoid and right. And if you can do something that's like, what's the worst that can happen if you were wrong, right? Yeah, do the things. Buy the food. Buy the gas. Prep. Better safe than sorry. Jupiter and Aquarius right here. I'm not going to tell you that you're being paranoid and crazy. Not with the state of the world right now. And we've been there before. People tell you that you're being paranoid and crazy, and then you were right. And then they tell you you're being paranoid and crazy, and then, oh, you were right again. And it's like they're not learning. They're not learning that, even though again and again and again you say something that to them sounds crazy, but then you turn out to be right. They're not picking up on the system, on the cycle. They keep like not getting it. So you need to get it. You get it. Because you let them affect you. You let them make you doubt yourself. You're right. Just assume you're right and just prepare. Just assume you're right and just prepare. Six of Swords. Okay, so preparation includes travel or preparation to travel. Morgane, I'm moving into an air balloon. If you'll comment that, I'll believe you. If an Aquarian seeker of mine will comment, hey Morgane, I'm going to move into an air balloon and I'm going to fly around the world while shit goes down, I'll believe you. And I'm sure you'll be one of the last survivors, with no doubts. 9 of Cups, third 9 on the table. Follow the bliss. Now 7 of Swords. See the symbol right above the pyramid with the eye and the swords? It makes me think again this month, I don't remember what other sign brought it up, about V for Vendetta. Did you know that V for Vendetta, the movie, takes place in 2020? All the lockdowns, all the crazy 1984 George Orwell stuff. The movie placed its narrative in the 2020, the year 2020. Oh. Gotta love a good premonition. But then what happens at the end of the movie? Where does all of this lead to? I'll tell you where it all leads to. When Pluto moves into Aquarius, 2023, 2024. When Pluto moves from Capricorn to Aquarius, that is when there's going to be, I believe, a world uproar and a major revolution and a breakage between technology and progress and us being monitored everywhere with everything to living off grid, to communities living off grid. Things will burn. And once again, it's your archetype that leads that. Scorpio with Aquarius, Pluto moving into Aquarius. That's some intense core level revolution and change, like on a collective level. And I know, like in the spiritual community, they'll be like, "Oh, you shouldn't say the following thing." I was like, "Fuck off." I'm saying it because I'm right. You should be choosing sides now and prepare. You're gonna be like, I don't want to choose between off-grid and technology. I understand. It F sucks. Me neither. Me neither. There's a beautiful narrative and timeline and a world out there where we get to, unite the two in balance and in harmony. And it's called the 2030s. We'll get there. Until then, many of us will be forced to choose between the heart and the shadow mind. Choose the heart. Because if Aquarius chooses the shadow mind, that's communism, that's socialism. That's tyranny disguised as for the people. Right. Right, you're doing it for me. Thank you. It's not like you're making money off of it, getting a sexual kick out of locking me. No, it's for me. So kind. So kind. Anyway, yeah. So it's in the little things right now. It's preparation. That way, you will practice that. You will train that muscle, the heart muscle of making decisions that are heart-based, heart-centered, freedom-oriented, truth-oriented. It will require you to be very brave and very fearless. We've been living in a bubble where freedom was easy. Freedom was given, but if you look back in history, freedom always had to be fought for and taken and come at the expense of heavy price and sacrifice. It's very uncomfortable to fight for freedom and to fight for what is right. It's very uncomfortable. It's very scary. However, we must. Aquarius, because you channel that energy and because you are that archetype, it will be way easier for the collective if you were to do that, because that will echo stronger and inspire a lot more people. Start now during eclipse season, November. And determine the pace for yourself, for the future, Tell your spirit, tell your psyche, tell your body, your heart, your mind, this is who we are. This is how we behave in the world. Get your system used to it. There's very wild, wild west energy coming through from this reading. Very, I'm not an anarchist. Far from it. I think important laws are important. Regulations, things that keep the order, things that force people to do good. But that applies to smart, wise, important laws. When the law becomes arbitrary in a way that is only meant to satisfy the agenda of some elites and always at the expense of the people, that's a bad law. Laws that are meant to actually protect us and our environment, I follow them very strictly, It's not about anarchy. It's not about not having order. It's about having the right order. It's about having the good order. In November, you're going to find yourself moving away from your comfort zones. Because you've been all this growing up, right? And then you got smacked again and again and again. And so you've learned to comply. And now you're being cornered by your own spirit, showing you everything that is happening. You're like, are you still able to align with all of this? And you're like, no. Even if I have to walk alone for a little bit and away from this warmth and ease. Some of you are moving away from what's the word? Substance abuse. Some of you have physically you're pulling yourself away from places or people where with whom or where you can easily do those things. You're just choosing to take your distance, you know? And that's brave and good. You know the source of the word alcohol? Al-Ghul. Does that sound familiar for you astrologers out there? Al-Ghul means evil spirit. That's what the word means. You know how they refer to alcohol as spirits? I think it was so easy for us for so long to kind of let the evil spirit slide. Just kind of let it be around, you know? So it trickled deeper and deeper and deeper into our lives and our societies and our homes, to our relationships, to our jobs, to our mind. It started messing with our mind. Like a zombie mushroom. Do you know what a zombie mushroom is? Zombie mushroom is a mushroom, an actual mushroom, that, you know, it splits itself to a little piece. It goes inside, yes, physically, it moves itself and goes inside an ant's or an insect's brain, head, goes and infiltrates into their head, takes over their brain, and then the insect is no longer there. It's not aware, it's not conscious of what it's doing. But the mushroom is now at the wheel, driving the body of the ant or the insect, and takes it to where the mushroom wants to grow, say on top of a tree or somewhere. So it goes, it tells the body of the insect, of the ant, to climb right where it wants to be, and then it makes the ant like just, you know, push its feet to the wood or to whatever surface it wants to grow at. And then once it's all set, it blows up the head from the inside and grows on that place. Yeah, it's real. It's real. You can look it up. Look up zombie mushroom. Nature. Anyway, that's what evil spirits do. From alcohol to leaders who are so good at controlling our minds. When I say leaders, yeah, it could be presidents and prime ministers and leaders, big leaders, but it can also be, you know, the leader in your community or the leader of your group or whatever. If you find that you lost yourself over the years, it could be a partner. If you find that you've lost yourself over the time, that you're no longer sure if it's actually your thought, that you do it because it's the right thing to do, but you're not sure if you actually believe it, and if it wasn't like, if that thought wasn't installed in you. the zombie mushrooms are going to be exposed and shown for who they are. I can think of several names right now, just off the top of my head. I'll say it. Dr. Fauci Stein. I wonder if something will happen to the video just for saying this. I don't know. Click, when I say something happens, I don't mean like, I mean like, you know, today they don't have to put tape on your mouth and drag you into a dungeon to keep you quiet. All they have to do is play with the algal rhythm. Just don't let it. If you like this video, press the like button. Comment your thoughts so I'll know what you think, but what you truly think. Don't quote any zombie mushroom as if it's your words. I see a lot of people commenting on a lot of things all over. Words that I can sense are not theirs. It was installed in them by a zombie mushroom. Share this video if you think it will help anyone. Just do the things, you know, do the things to, do the things. Aquarius, I'm going to continue this bizarre reading in a way more tangible, practical, aka events for the next month for you. We'll do a Celtic cross and we'll also finish up with messages from the runes. Thank you for being here. I love you. The extended is available below in the description box. It's on Patreon. It's on Vimeo. Check out Patreon. It's a world that I built that is free of zombie mushrooms. The recent lunar spirit reading that I did for the new moon Scorpio over there on Patreon, I speak freely without fear of, you know. So maybe you'll enjoy it.